The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Standing by the cross of Jesus were his mother and his mother's sisters, Mary the wife of Clopas and Mary of Magdala. When Jesus saw his mother and the disciple there whom he loved, he said to his mother, "Woman, behold your son." Then he said to the disciple, "Behold your mother." And from that hour the disciple took her into his home. After this, aware that everything was now finished, in order that the scriptures might be fulfilled, Jesus said, "I thirst." There was a vessel filled with common wine, so they took a sponge soaked in wine on a sprig of hyssop and put it into his mouth. When Jesus had taken the wine, he said, "It is finished." And bowing his head, he handed over the Spirit. Now, since it was preparation day, in order that the bodies might not remain on the cross on the Sabbath, for the Sabbath day of that week was a solemn one, the Jews asked Pilate that their legs be broken and they be taken down. So the soldiers came and broke the legs of the first and then of the other one who was crucified with Jesus. But when they came to Jesus and saw that he was already dead, they did not break his legs. But the one soldier thrust his lance into his side, and immediately blood and water flowed out. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
So every Monday after Pentecost, we celebrate Mary, Mother of the Church. We have for the last 3 years or so anyway. This is a new feast day that was inaugurated by our Holy Father, Pope Francis. It's kind of an older feast day, but one that wasn't on the church calendar. So he placed it every Monday after the Feast of Pentecost, which is so fitting. It is the most fitting feast. So the feast day, it goes back to, well, it's been kind of known for years, but back in the Second Vatican Council, probably midstream of that, the beginning of the third session of that council. Anyway, the guys are button heads. It's not a pretty, lovey-dovey kind of council. But Pope Paul VI at the time, just out of the blue said, "I declare," whatever he did, or maybe he just declared, "Mary, Mother of the Church." And the whole cardinal of bishops, all those guys erupted in applause, right? So, Mary has just such a unifying aspect to everything. But okay, so she was declared, that was a title given to her then. It was even before then known. But then just recently, Pope Francis named it the third or the Monday after Pentecost, which is so fitting because, we're just coming off this high, right? Just Easter and then bam, Pentecost, and then boom, ordinary time. We're just dropped back in. And it's just so fitting that after you come off like a mountaintop experience, that you're going to run into some obstacles, right? And then what the heck? I thought we were living on the mountain. No, that's just an experience. You got to go back in the valley and work. So it is funny today, in our office of readings that we read as clergy, we pick up where we left off before any of this Lent, Easter season stuff. And so today's reading where we picked up was Job. Job just lost everything today. That's where we picked up on. It's just so fitting. All hell could break loose, and are you ready, right? Because that's the reality of the world we live in. There's good and evil. So I'm saying, all that being said, entrust yourself to Mary. That's the way forward. That's what we do. That's how we know how to navigate whatever comes our way now that we're going down off the mountain into the valley and we have ditches to dig and stuff like that, right? So the church in her wisdom has given us this feast day and this example to entrust ourselves to Mary. Because with Mary, there is enmity between her and the enemy. There's no admixture. There's no evil in Mary. And when we put ourselves in her arms, we're protected from that evil. That's all we got to do. Stay in her arms. Invite her into our home. Jesus' last commandment to all of us on the foot of the cross, behold your mother. That was it. That's simple. Here's how to do it. Put yourself in the arms of Mary. It might not be easy, but it'll be safe. And we'll have fun and get the job done. It's that simple. So thank God for the church and her wisdom that has given us guidance to navigate the waters that are ahead of us. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever comes our way, in her arms, we can handle them. So what a beautiful feast day, and I would just invite you to take full advantage of this and really, truly entrust yourself to Mary. Entrust this year to Mary. Boom. I give it to you, Mary. Whatever comes our way, we can handle it. So it's my encouragement. It's the church's encouragement today. Let's take full advantage of that. And like John, the beloved disciple, invite Mary into our home.